This is my fifth and final book review in this short series for my class assignment. And the book I'm going to be reviewing is The Secrets We Keep by Cassie Gustafson. Is that how you say it? This is one of the first books I read this semester that definitely kind of hit me with a pang, I guess. It was just a really shocking book. I saw the cover and I thought, okay, I haven't heard of this book. I'm going to give it a try. It sounds interesting. It was in the unit of books that were gritty and edgy, so module 3, and I definitely was hesitant to read it because the cover image reminded me for some reason of Flowers in the Attic. And turns out that some of the themes in this book were similar to that, except not consensual and a different familial relationship. I don't really want to spoil too much. It's definitely a book that has a lot of deep trauma and a lot of avoidance and blocking of certain traumatic memories. So if that triggers you, don't read this book. Again, books like these and the last few that I've reviewed, I would definitely say older audiences would handle these types of books better. I think every single book I've reviewed is definitely a 16, 17 plus type of book, even if some of them would be considered YA. Technically, I think these themes, especially in this one, are definitely to keep you need to keep in mind if you get triggered easily by certain things like SA and other types of abuse and family conflict and that kind of thing. It's a book that moves kind of slowly in terms of the plot. It's like you're gonna want things to happen and you're just gonna be like, okay, can we get going? Can we find out what the big secret is? What the big thing that the main character is struggling with? The main character's name is Emma, and she lives with her family. She kind of has a difficult relationship with her parents, each individually, and she also has a younger brother that she really loves and takes really good care of. She has a really, really close friend who named Hannah, who her dad and Hannah have a kind of difficult to talk about encounter. It would spoil the book if I really went into it, but basically, her dad, Emma's dad, ends up getting arrested, and this happens all at the start of the book. So it's in terms of how do I explain this? In terms of how the book is formatted, it is similar to We Are Okay in the fact that the book starts when a huge thing that is going to affect the main character has already happened. And the rest of the book, we watch as the main character goes from denial or avoidance or repression to moving into some form of healing or releasing of those feelings that they're having over the traumatic thing or things that happened before. So in this case, we see Emma's story and how her friendship with Hannah deteriorates and then eventually starts to kind of come back together as both girls heal from what they've been through. It's definitely the kind of book that you have to keep an open mind for because it's a topic that a lot of people get sensitive with. A lot of people have been through it. A lot of people have kind of reservations about topics like this being in YA, but I definitely really like the book. And I feel like younger me would have too, like when I was in high school, because I did read a lot of gritty and edgy books in high school. The fact that the book is in first person definitely makes it very personal. You really get to see things through the main character's perspective. She is 15 and has been through a lot of traumatic experiences, but her life on the outside appears pretty normal, which is something that a lot of us can relate to. So the relatability of the book is also a huge component as to why I chose it to review it. I tried to pick books that were all in some ways different. I tried to pick one new adult book and then a couple more popular books, a couple that are not as popular, but this one I mainly just, it was one that just hit me at the beginning of the semester, and I was like, I have to make a review of it. Personally, I love the character of Emma. I feel like in some points of the book I got really frustrated with her because I was like, just, you know what happened, just snap out of it, you know what happened. But then I have to remind myself I haven't been through a situation of SA to that extent with a family member where I completely repress those memories. And since I don't know anything about what memory repression can do to somebody, I certainly um I certainly do believe that that type of thing can affect how you react to healing from it or to even acknowledging that it's happening. It's definitely a complicated book to talk about without giving away spoilers or without triggering people, but I definitely enjoyed it a lot. The writing style is great. Give it a try if you like nitty gritty young adult books that aren't super well known or super popular necessarily. It is definitely a really good one. Thank you for listening.